Welcome. Transformed Education welcomes you to this presentation with me, Dianne Bittinger. I also welcome you to explore my book, Teaching with the Soul in Mind, Connecting Content, Community, and the Creative Spirit, available on Barnes & Noble or Amazon. Let us begin with the recognition that the signs of the times are upon us. It is time to consider a philosophy of education to help answer to the complex ethical challenges we face. It's time to teach with the soul in mind. Take a look at this slide. I'm here today to stir you to wonder. Do these words about collective consciousness and harmony have anything to do with the field of education? Contemplate for a moment. Notice your feelings, your thinking. What stirs within you? Why are we here? Each of us has our own story about who we are and our personal journey. Sharing our stories is valuable. What are the themes that run through them? The cascading crises of the day drive home the truth that we cannot ignore and call us to consider our global story. Allow yourself to wonder, to consider the big questions. Our educational conversation today calls us to consider not only the intellect, but also the heart. We are called to consider the soul. No matter what your belief system, it is the spiritual essence that animates your being, carrying the reason and wisdom within your personal journey. While we each have our individual path, we also have a collective path. Who am I? Why am I here? These age-old questions persist throughout time. Questions of our evolutionary story will be explored in part 2. For now, let's recognize that tremendous times of change are upon us, and how we shape this change collectively affects us all. There is a call for our conscious evolution. We nurture our young with lasting intention. In their education, we hope for them to have the very best. What is best depends upon those who are holding the perspective. Let the best attend to the emotional as well as intellectual. From the Latin word inspirare, we breathe into and inspire the outer expression of the inner spirit within. Creative potential yearns to express through each one of us if only empowered to do so. What new understandings do we need to reach out for in order to break through to the new understanding that will regenerate our planet and its people? This is a call for educational leaders to help show the way. Those whose lives have been devoted to children understand the ways of the heart, the doorway to the soul. In my work as a teacher and education program supervisor, I've been fortunate to peer into a wide variety of educational environments. I have come to have deep respect for the power of educational vision that relates and connects to the spirit. Pioneers like Maria Montessori helped give this vision. The child is endowed with unknown powers which can guide us to a radiant future. If what we really want is a new world, then education must take as its aim the development of these hidden possibilities. She understood within the spirit of the child and each one of us exists the spark of a cosmic creator. It is this awareness that enriches life, deepens its meaning, and connects us with our soulful selves. Transformed Education is actively seeking these leaders as collaborators and co-creative community to team together to create tools to share this message. The key of connection is about connecting with our own soulful essence, connecting with one another in the classroom community, school community, and the global community. The world is calling for us to reach out to this new understanding, where kindness, community, and connection lead the way. When we feel connected to each other and to our planet, we can heal the seen and unseen wounds. Belonging and significance are the hidden weight to the tip of the iceberg education can play in our personal story, one that includes home and hearth, where the journey of the human education begins. It starts in the home, community grows from there. As Thich Nhat Hanh helps us to see, we are here to awaken from the illusion of our separateness. When we open to this view, the doors of possibility open wide. How do we awaken to that understanding? We connect to ourselves, to nature, to each other. The leading edge science of heartmath.org validates this understanding. Through their research and technologies, we are given a path to influence education on a global scale. Based on the hard science of empirical research, we're empowered to make a difference through the technology and practice of heart coherence. I strongly recommend this video and finding out personally about the Global Coherence Initiative. HeartMath has developed the tools to measure our resonant magnetic frequency. Through this science, they measure heart coherence, revealing the power of harmony that comes from connectivity. Each of us is putting out an energy that others feel and respond to. We are wired for connection on the me, we, and global scale. We can see that connection is the golden thread that provides the personal, social, and global direction of our future. Where do we begin? With one of the most challenging journeys we can make, from our head to our heart. Coherence always means that things are connected. The patterns or the quality of the neural information sent from the heart to the brain has profound influences and effects on the brain. How well we're able to think, our ability to self-regulate, maintain our composure, and inform our emotional experience all come out of this heart-brain coherence. Dr. Roland McCready, PhD, serves as the head of research at the HeartMath Institute. He brings his background in electrical engineering and leads the way in understanding the important unifying principle termed coherence to fully understand mental and emotional health. In his teachings, How Love Connects Us, Dr. McCready informs us that coherence is a fundamental concept used in all branches of science and physics. It describes how well the parts of something are working together, stable over time. He informs us that the heart literally has an intrinsic nervous system. It's now called the little brain in the heart, or the heart brain. Children and adults alike have needs beyond being wired technologically or information fed to their brains alone. Maria Montessori believed education should be as an aid to the spirit of life as it finds expression in the human species. As we bring this soulful message into the application in education, a very simple tool is from the Montessori teaching called Making Silence. It's applicable to even the youngest of learners in any environment. It is a practice in mindfulness, and I invite you to participate with me now. Sit on the floor or imagine yourself there and say with me, I cross my legs. I place my hands on my knees. I make my back very straight. I tell my body to be still. I tell my mouth to be quiet. I take a deep breath. I close my eyes. I make silence and feel my love. And you close that with a beautiful song that says, the light in me sees the light in you. Namaste means the light in me sees the light in you. Namaste, namaste, namaste. These concepts are validated through the Montessori-based peace education. The different petals within the self, between selves, in community, culturally, globally, and with nature itself form the Peace Flower curriculum. The cultural petal is an excellent link to the preparation for making silence as you learn it in different languages and learn the understandings of Namaste and the culture it comes from. For peace to have a chance to take root in our lives, it is an inside job first. Only by bridging mind and heart, feelings and actions do we begin to integrate the knowledge and experiential base where we can become responsive rather than reactive. The distinction implies the willingness and wisdom to simply take a breath, to become still, to go within, and reflect. The peace table is a foundational part of any successful Montessori classroom, a concept that can also fit into public or private educational classrooms. When implemented to its fullest capability, children are empowered to know how to direct themselves to resolve issues that arise between them. These concepts are illuminated in my book, available on Amazon, and my website, transformededucation.com. This title is Peace Education, Our Time is Now. Not to forget, an essential element of the peace flower is to feel connection with the natural world. There are many ways to integrate this into the learning experience if we simply value it enough. Through the visionary leadership like Earth Charter Organization, we are given tools and an ethical framework visioning the well-being of all. Their vision states, "We stand at a critical moment in Earth's history. It is imperative that we, the peoples of the Earth, declare our responsibility to one another, to the greater community of life, and to future generations." How do we reinvent the planet? David Gershon weighs in on calling for the change in this summit, Reinventing the Planet. He states, "Allow yourself to dream and ask why not." Gershon calls us to the reinvention process, designing change solutions that can flourish. What empowers people to want this is to provide people with a compelling vision of a better life and giving them the tools to achieve it. He dedicates his book, Social Change 2.0, to those called to the great adventure of reinventing our world. I am answering, will you? In order to have vision of what can be possible, we must have imagination. To change the world, we create a better system that makes the old one obsolete. Essential to this process is the ability to imagine into a new way and practice in the art of creating something new. The arts offer us this essential pathway of creative, imaginative practice. On the Department of Education website, the standards for the arts are viewed as essential. They provide students with the means to think, feel, and understand. Educational leaders have been calling for the integration of higher-order thinking skills, synthesis, analysis, reasoning, and communication with the creative expression skills of the creative arts. The role of imagination is a keystone in the goal of engaging self-confidence, aspiration, and potential for one's contribution. The arts are acknowledged for both their intra- and interpersonal value. They assist in expanding perspectives and respecting others' values. They also assist in outward expression of the inner spirit, a door to the soulful self. How would our world change if collectively we understood that we affect our material reality through our thoughts, feelings, and energy? How would this understanding affect the design system of education? We are in a time of collective awakening, willing to look deeply into the reality of the kind of world we are leaving for our children. Let us imagine into the highest possibilities that can fortify them with more than knowledge alone. Let us give them an empowered vision of themselves as connected and significant to the well-being of the planet and their unique and special contribution to it. Transformed Education is a portal for your contribution. Reach out and connect. Support our efforts. Share what you have. We are building the community. Thank you for being here.